This is part 2 with a 2-part intro to my channels. I'm dividing it in 2 from the start because the window washing was completely unexpected. I'm taking a class by Casey Neistat right now, and he's in the first half of that class. He challenged us to be spontaneous, so the first video is what came out of that. This second intro is what I've had plans for years.
Oh, here we go, come on. There we go, nice.
Manifesting something out of seemingly nothing. That's part of the chaos and the beauty of starting a dream from scratch. It's like a painting. You can be overwhelmed by all the seemingly endless possibilities, or you can choose to enjoy the opportunity to explore. To me, the beauty of video is it's like a paintbrush, a megaphone, a mirror, and a journal, all wrapped up into one. Video can be anything you want it to be. This is where my interest and love for videography began. Just in a first-gen GoPro, making these choppy old videos purely to see my practice.
While we all caught in different dreams, play the cards, all we kings and queens. Hungry peasants turning into thieves. Speak the magic words and then I leave. Look at different things that I have weaved. Am I a basket or a king? Carrying the burden of the beast. Hum along with the birds and bees. Miming while the whole choir sings. Golem tried to kill me for the rain. David versus Goliath on the sling. Lion on a hunt without the...
So I've spent the past 6 years in studying videography. So one of those years, I was auditioning for America's Got Talent. But I gave up after a year because I realized that I wasn't pursuing that for the right reasons. Seeing kind of the fast-paced nature I would have to be creating for this engine, for this idea, this want, and this fame. And I gave that up because I didn't feel my heart was properly in it for the right reasons. So the year after that, it was all about trying to get in Cirque du Soleil, because I figured that would still enable me the means to chase that finance and the fame of it, but I wouldn't necessarily have to be on stage by myself leading it. I'd be in a family that has years of experience in it. And that's the one thing, looking back on my life to some small degree, I kind of regret not jumping in further. But the reason why I gave up on that after a year, all of everything I've been chasing behind any of those pursuits was also I could bring my dreams and my passion to life. That was just the means to get the exposure and the finance to start growing that. Watching Casey Neistat and Peter McKinnon's vlogs is what helped me realize the power of video. It's the healthiest start for me to tell my creative story. It's a blank canvas. That's what got me into videography. And well, the rest is history. I really kind of fell deep for that.
Facade like they wanna rock with me. It's idolatry side of me. They want my body and all of me. On the table, a lobotomy. Bottled up all of this energy. Overthrow them all like anarchy. Not from this Anunnaki. Knock on my door trying to knock me. Realize I'm acting like not me. Who am I really trying to be? Walking around like a zombie.
It's beautiful having all these dreams and goals to chase, but without the crowd, you're just practicing. You know, without other people in your life, it's boring. So this is Sesu. It's my best friend. Sesu's the reason I kept the vocals in the first 2 episodes. Both of those songs are his music.
I've never seen paradise, so I worked my way into a better life. They told me I would never find nothing. Wonder what I'm living like. Bitch, please just keep walking by. No, I've never been that type of guy. Only one thing in mind. No, I've never seen paradise.
I've known Sesu 25 years. That's a crazy long time to know anyone. The interesting and cool thing about our friendship is, even though we're pursuing different goals in life, we seem to arrive at similar lessons at the same time. We often draw different conclusions from that, and we're able to really speak into one another's life from a completely different perspective. I don't know about you, man. I want to be able to travel the world. I want to be able to make an impact and a difference.
I'm trying to create value. So Caleb asked me to talk about this song called Alibaba that you might have heard in one of his previous vlogs.
It's gonna be in this one.
It was on this project called Bella. When I went by my actual name as an artist, I've changed my name to SZU. But anyways, Alibaba, it's like an Arabic tale. And it was Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. But within that tale, there was this specific phrase called "open sesame." When I was younger, I read a lot. I had this book. I wish I still had it. I feel like my mom gave it away. But there's a book of fairy tales. Like I had a lot. My brother had it, then I had it, and it was just a book of all the classics. And that was one of my favorites. It was Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. And really, that tale just means quite a bit. You know what I mean? It's like the people you're around, your desires, the ability to open things, the ability to open doors, finding keys. It means quite a bit of things, but to me, it's more about what it means to you. So check it out, Alibaba by Sesame Song.
Deep inside the darkness, deep the harmless, ignoring all responses. Disregarding all alarms, deemed as harmless. Steep like tea for flavors, I was harnessed. Lost my soul, forgot I was an artist. Used by foes who act like they ain't bothered. Why you speaking on? Thought you heard my prophets, I came back a prophet. Heart is numb, and that's why I don't wanna be a part of any of your personas. Impact growing, yet I'm dying slowly. Wondering what happened to the old. Before I turn the page on the story. The role of a servant on the road to glory. Commitments forgotten, my past they ignore me. Maybe I should have been selfish. Protecting your dreams can be selfish. I done lost everything. What's a crown without a king? Yeah.
Put all this stuff together. When it comes to humanity and Earth, there's this idea, and this resonates with me, is that Creator spun the top and just said, there you go. And I think of setting up creation and creativity in a similar way. It's like sitting here trying to control every aspect doesn't really make sense to me. I can draw it up, I can set it up, but once I let that domino go and that downswing is going on that T, then it's up to momentum and gravity and the forces. So production for a series called City to City. It's kind of like an artist showcase. I want to get artists in their home cities, their hometowns, walking through their neighborhoods or places they're familiar with and significant to them, and just learn about their experience, what inspired them, their upbringing, their path, their passions. And I got a little production team together. So my channel is called Ether Real Media. That's where we'll be posting the follow-up if interested.
Because that's who he'd like to direct and control the overall flow. See the larger vision and make sure it stays on point. I think that's the biggest reason why me and Ceci get along. We both got deep minds and we're both ambitious individuals. I want to pursue fire dancing and start a circus around that someday. Sesu, he's a musician, he's an artist, he's an actor, he's an entrepreneur, he's a deep soul. You got anything?
What's good?
Where my soul leaves, I'll ask God if I'm redeemed. Just don't send me back, please. Am I a basket or a king? Carrying the burden of a beast. Spirit trying to fly away while the cage bird sings.
So the name of this vlog is Kinetic Symmetry, which is an epiphany that dawned on me through meditation when I was a teenager. I turned it into symbol and refined it into concept. So this is a rough depiction of the resonance of the human soul. I'm just going to gloss over it. I'll do an origin story on this for a separate episode. But you can imagine this like an invisible sphere that's consistently surrounding us. It's like an energy we're emitting out and a kind of field which we're receiving and absorbing and digesting and dialoguing this information from life back into. So you'll notice there's 8 different halves to it. It's divided into 3 parts. We have our internal world and our external world, and in between them, the stage that connects the two. It starts with the simplistic and progresses into the more complex, and the complex in turn pours back into supporting the simplicity. Starts with the heart beating, then we have emotions, then we have our thoughts. Bridging the two, we have our identity. We have actions beyond that, reflections from life. Everything our species has learned about life from the dawn of our existence. It's our collective pool of knowledge. And at the top of it, we have everything that's happening in life all happening at once. So that, in a nutshell, kind of comprises the resonance of the human soul. Kinetic symmetry, again, is a state of energetic grace that we achieve by balancing those different elements within ourselves. The idea is that if we can develop and sustain this state of energetic grace, we walk the path towards self-mastery. It's one thing to be able to obtain it in the moment. It's an entirely different thing to be able to sustain it. What is it to truly master the self? That's going to mean something different to nearly everybody. as we're all unique.
If you don't own your time, then time owns you.
Expand my consciousness, come walk with your marvelous. My awesomeness is really for apologists. I'm high like an astronomer, philosophical for the modern audience.